So this is now after cold stratifying. This is the variety Bell Epine. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Epine. Bell Epine. There's 21 seeds in here. And so these are the radicals that are coming out. So these are ready to start growing. So there's 3, 4, 16, 17, 18, 'This one looks like it may not have cold stratified properly. It looks like it may have gone bad. So that's still 18 successful. So this is the whole batch. And as you can see, quite a solid amount of germination. Less than the other one, the Bell Epine. But I don't think those seeds are not viable. A lot of them look to be viable, they just haven't sprouted. They just haven't started the germination process. Next I have the Bouche de Botosac. No idea how to pronounce that. Of course, it's from that variety of tree. The chestnuts will grow up and decide whoever they want to be. They don't have to be like mom and dad. But just another successful cold stratification. It's like Christmas time, honestly. Just seeing all these radicals. All right, next up we have the Prolific. It's supposed to be 38 seeds in here. And look at these beauties. Wow. Pretty incredible. It's almost like these went a little bit too long. Got a giant radical there. So most of these have begun their germination. Got one here where there's no radical. It's also kind of soft, so I think this one's a dud. Another one also kind of soft. What I notice is that the ones that are not germinating, oh, this one is, it's got a tiny radical there, but the ones that are not germinating tend to be near the top. So I think what might be going on is they're drying out, so they don't properly germinate. They're not really rotting, so that's a good thing. These are the colossal. These have obviously been in there plenty long. I mean, these are growing lateral roots and everything. So I hope it doesn't cause any damage. They're somewhat hard to handle because the radicals are so long that you have to be extra careful. But it's exciting to see how far advanced they are. You can even see the tree coming out of many of them. So that's the tree, and then there's the root. That's the tree there, and then the root. So pretty neat. For these, since they're so large, I'm actually using these gallon-size grow bags. And these, I'm using them because they're nice and wide, whereas the other nursery bags that I was using are tall and narrow. So I thought, since these colossal seeds are already, they have these big unwieldy roots, I might as well use this nice wide grow bag to accommodate them. Working with my nursery bags here, what I've discovered is that I can use a piece of scrap plywood to write the name of the variety that I'm planting. So I've got 21 of these Bell Epine chestnut seeds that I've started sprouting, and I just separated out 21 grow bags, 21 nursery bags, and now I'll place my seed in there. Really careful with that radical there. And now
all 21 of these seeds will be planted in these nursery bags, and they'll be labeled by this little piece of scrap wood here. And so I can basically repeat that pattern on the other side. I'll label the variety here, and then I'll separate out however many nursery bags I need for my next batch of seeds. And then for the next set, I'll just put another nursery bag here to separate out the next variety. So pretty handy little bookkeeping device. All right, so I've planted all 21 of those bell epine, I don't know how you pronounce that, chestnut chestnut seeds. And I placed them, about a couple centimeters under the soil. What happens as I water these nursery bags is the soil tends to compact. So there's a little bit of space near the top here. And as I water them, that space will actually increase because the soil will settle. So what I'll do is I'll water these in, and then I'm going to go ahead and put more soil on top to kind of fill in a little bit more of that gap. And so now then the seeds will be in plenty of soil for their needs. Wanted to do a quick update of my chestnuts that I'm growing out this year. So I've got quite a few healthy looking chestnut plants here. I got these really large nursery bags. These are the largest nursery bags I could find. They're quite deep. They're about a foot deep. And I think that's really important for trees because you want to give them plenty of room for the roots to grow, give them plenty of nutrients. And as you can see, these guys are all quite happy. So I got several different varieties. I got American chestnut, that's these down here. These, when I was cold stratifying them, these didn't really sprout roots. And so these, I planted them out. Oh, what's wrong, little guy? I planted them out, and I've got a couple that have germinated so far. So there's an American chestnut there, and then I have one right here. But they haven't been like the others. They have not really, they didn't sprout radicals while in the fridge. And, so it's kind of a waiting game. Now with these large nursery bags, it takes a long time for them to send the taproot down. And so that's a good thing. If it's slow germinating in these nursery bags, that's because it's sending down a nice deep root and it's focusing on what really matters, which is the roots, and it'll send up the leaves whenever it's ready. So these guys were also slow to germinate, and now that they've germinated, you can see they're all very healthy, taking off, and they're ready to go. And so I don't mind that it's taking the American chestnuts a while to sprout. Got more down here. And so, yeah, the varieties are, I've got American chestnuts, I've got Bracala, Bell Epine, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Another one, Bouche de Betasok. Again, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but I'll put the name on the screen. Colossal, and then European, and then Prolific. Now, all of these, of course, are grown from seed, so these are not going to match the parent plant. And so there's no telling exactly how these are all going to turn out. But, if you don't plant them, then you don't find out. Up above here, I've got some asparagus seeds that I've planted, and that's going to be, I just planted them, so that's going to be a while now before they start germinating and everything. But there's a pretty high demand out there for asparagus starts, and so these will be very easy to sell. These are the Colossal here. They've also had a really nice germination rate. Nice healthy plants. And then these right here, these were in the fridge the longest. So these have just now started growing. While they were in the fridge, they sprouted some really nice radicals. But I just planted them out a couple weeks ago, so they're just now starting to sprout the actual leaves. And this is the European. That's the name of it. It doesn't have a specific variety name. So those are my chestnuts so far. This is June 3rd, 2021.